So our main TikTok star of the year, if you know him as Buttered Sausage, because obviously we have had Micah Han, but he's now moved on to Gary. I don't know his birth surname.
Gary Busey.
Busey.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, I think that's how you say it.
I assume it's Gary Busey.
So Gary. Gary carved a pumpkin this year.
He did, didn't he?
A fair play to him. We know what's happened to him. But it's just funny.
He is hilarious.
Because it's just Halloween! It's just
Mr. Pumpkin.
Mr. Pumpkin. And you could put a photo up, but he will. We'll make an attempt with a call wall later.
Yes, I think he will have to live on that.
He'll have to live on the call wall. He's going to go somewhere on the call wall, so look forward to the ending. But there he was with his pumpkin, and the pumpkin actually looks quite funny because it's
it almost looks like he's made the face with his hands, like he's just poked the eyes and then punched the mouth through.
He's a bit lip burn and all, so he probably put a fag in it. So, do you know what? Right, fair play to him. At least he enjoyed Halloween. Yeah. Halloween's a big thing in the States.
Oh yeah, I love it.
It's massive in the States. It's not as big as it is here. It's getting there. We're getting fireworks now. Actually, we've got a display outside our window here.
Do you know what?
It's getting bigger here, though, isn't it?
I don't know if Halloween feels as big over here as it used to, but I don't know if that's just because when I was a kid it was more of a thing. Now I'm an adult, I don't really care that much.
I wouldn't say it was. I'd say the dressing up and having parties was. Trick or treating, yes.
That always seemed like quite a big thing, actually, when I was a bit younger. It seemed like adults dressing up for Halloween going to parties was more of a thing.
But I think decorating the houses is taking off more.
Yeah, maybe.
We live on a street.
Outside, definitely. Yeah.
There is so much.
Yeah, definitely outside of the houses. Because when I was a kid, we used to do the inside, but no one ever read the outside. You wouldn't know, like every house.
You just had like a leaky cauldron with all the sweets in it.
Like every house now's got like a cauldron and a skeleton and a witch.
Yeah, but what I'm about to say is our street is just chock-a-block with the decorations displays. We've actually got a couple of people who've got quite nice, decent-sized driveways that actually make a walk-through kind of event. And I'll tell you what, next year I'll have to ask them if we can do a GoPro just to show you that the kids are absolutely loving life.
That is a bit extra, isn't it?
It's mental. No, I'm telling you now, it is mental. Because you got to one end of the road and it is just, you don't have to leave the street. You don't have to leave the street. The kid's bucket is full to the brim. However, the rain did hit this year.
Was it quite bad?
Yeah, it was very bad, actually. It made a lot of the kids go out a lot earlier, which meant that a lot of people that worked and they were going to take their children out to go trick-or-treating. Obviously, their kids didn't get as many sweets.
I do think that trick-or-treating in the daylight is a bit weird.
It's becoming more of a thing
I do understand that safety is paramount. And also, if you've got young kids. But it does seem weird walking around trick-or-treating when it's like 4 in the afternoon.
The thing is, wow, look at E.T. They started trick-or-treating at like 4, half 3 in the afternoon. When E.T., because you see Yoda, don't you? And E.T.
Yeah, I suppose they do, to be fair. I never thought about that.
If you haven't seen E.T., go watch it.
I think about doing it in the daylight just seems wrong.
It's a film about an extraterrestrial. You start to find weird, you get to love him, and then you cry over him.
I cried.
I cried
hard.
Not now.
I'd cry now.
But it's getting more like, it is a bit weird, isn't it? But I'm starting to notice it's more of a safety thing. Have you actually tried to navigate driving whilst there are trick-or-treaters in the street?
A little bit.
I tell you what, I've nearly hit so many kids over the years as well. And I don't mean this as I've deliberately driven at them. I'm seriously, when it is angled rain and your windscreen wipers doing that's not ideal, is it? You can't see these kids because they're like, I drive a van, so they're like down here, and you can see the bonnet, and
like below the headlights.
All of a sudden, you just see shit. There's Yoda, and you're oh my god, it's Aquaman! You know, like you start thinking, nah.
It's like the dodgems of children with masks.
It will happen again next year, most likely. No deaths, but streets will be safe. So it is becoming more of a thing here.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
Decorating, as you said, obviously as a kid we had stuff inside.
I feel like it's gone the opposite way actually. Yeah. Now that I think about it, I think when. Like, there was a time when it was only kids that dressed up. And now I feel like it's flipped.
Oh, no, we had loads of adults.
I feel like it's more adults that dress up now than kids.
Yeah, we had loads of... Don't forget, we've got TikTok, we've got Instagram, and obviously we've got Facebook now. People are loving the dressing up because it's just social media.
Well, you know what it is. It's people dressing up for the gram.
For the gram.
For the TikTok.
For the TikToks, you know, it's... Exactly. Yeah. It's all a big thing now, isn't it? And it's like, oh, look, family goes out dressed up.
Oh, look at me.
We did have a couple. I can't remember what the adults were dressed as. I can't actually remember what the kids were dressed as. All I can remember is Donald Trump came to the door and he said he was the best president ever.
You loved him, didn't you?
I like that. It was brilliant. It actually looked just like him. And we'd have a Ring doorbell, but I'm not going to put the photo up because obviously he's a young child. We're not doing that. I had to go back through and see Donald Trump. It was funny because he looked just like him. He had a blue suit. Fair play, the kid went for it. Literally went all in on it. But it was good to see it, and it's becoming a thing, and it's good to see that Gary took part this year, and he is on TikTok.
Yes.
Do remember he didn't do buttered sausage. No, that was AI.
It's a shame because I love buttered sausage. It's like the best video ever.
And if you don't, type in buttered, and then it'll come up with sausage on Google for you, and it's all there.
And it's not porn.
No.
Sounds like it, but it's not.
If you're in that category of life, it's trouble you. It's not, unfortunately.
Yes.
And if you're innocent and you're, never know what it is, Google it. It's there. You're just going to show you amazing how technology is.
I was so sad when I found out it wasn't real.
But that's where it's going to spin off now that he was AI, and that's where we're going to move on to this next segment.
AI.
AI.